Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of My Perspective Podcast with your boy, Big Hawk. Man, thank you for checking me out another week for another great conversation. Listen, before we get started, you know how we do it. Disclaimer. Everything I say is my opinion, man. Take it with a grain of salt. I give you nuggets, I give you game, just based on my life experiences. Primarily where I fucked up at, my failure, and what I overcame, right? So, take what I say with a grain of salt. Do what you want to do with it. Hopefully it help you. Like I said, I hope what I say resonate with you. I hope that it provoke thought, and I also hope that it provoke change. But if not, no harm, no foul. Cause guess what? It's just my perspective. Let's get into it. And listen. In this game we in called life, in this road we traveling called personal development, I'm discovering more and more each day. I came from a mighty long way. However, I got so far to go. And what I'm discovering, for a lot of us, myself included, is, man, we don't stay in our lane. We don't stay in our lane. We always try and do somebody else's job as it relates to success, as it relates to achieving goals and dreams and purpose in life. You always trying to do somebody else's job, right? But check this out, though. The 1%, they became the 1% because they ain't worried about nobody else's job. They worry about their own job. They stay in their own lane. And that's focusing on their purpose. That stay locked in on their desires, right? So check this out real quick. I ain't gonna be here long. Just a little tidbit, man. When you have a desire, right? Which most of us have. When you have a desire, when you've cultivated and discovered your desire in life, your life purpose, from that point on, that when that resonates within your spirit, and day in and day out, that's what you think about. You have to do the most important thing. You got to do is you got to have a why. You got to have a why. We talk about why all the time on the podcast, on the channel. But I don't think the majority of, I know for a fact, the majority of us, we have a why, but we don't stay focused on our why. But once you get that why, you have to create discipline. You have to create discipline. And discipline is simply doing the same old thing over and over again till it becomes second nature. That means if you got to go to the gym 5 days a week, and on day 3, you a little sore than normal, you got to get your butt up and go anyway. You got to do the small stuff when you don't want to do it. What we do on social media is we do the big stuff under the lights to appear more than what we really are. But the 1%ers do the boring stuff when nobody's watching until it becomes a regular part of their life. It becomes a lifestyle. But more importantly than that, when you focus on your why, you begin to change your subconscious thoughts. You give your subconscious memory. But my lips chapped. They ask you to devil. Don't worry, I just got the shot. Don't pay me no attention. We give our subconscious mind the ability to create plan of action to get our why accomplished. This is what we mess up at. We mess up at once we see our why, or we discover our why for our purpose, we want to know how to orchestrate the why, how the why is going to take shape, how the why is going to come together, and how eventually how the end is going to be. Hey, listen to me, y'all. That ain't your problem. God has always showed us the end from the beginning. That's called dreaming. That's called desire. But we want to figure out the nuances and the protocols and the way to go about doing things to get to see how the end gonna take shape. That ain't your business. You out of pocket when you do that. You out your lane when you do that. That's why you never get anything accomplished when you do that. Figuring out how your whys don't come to pass ain't your business. It's not your business whatsoever. Your business is staying true to the why. The why is your driving force. The why is the energy you need when all else fails. Because we can hear the best motivational speakers get us all pumped up in a meeting, even on a Sunday morning church service. Get us all pumped up and excited. Then when you get home an hour or two later, boom, life gon' life. Life gon' life. That's when your why has to kick in. What you doing it for? Is it for family legacy? Is it to get your mom in a better situation? Get her out the rut? Is it to change your family dynamic? Is it to change your life personally? You tired of living check to check? You know, it ain't about money, it's about lifestyle. You know, it ain't about the stuff. It's about a better way of living. Is it that? Whatever your why is, you have to focus on that. And that creates the discipline. Laser focus on your why. We can't pick up our phone and log into these apps and see all this beautiful fluff. You know, this sensational bullshit, if you will. Not everybody, but I'm going to tell you like this right here. Man, 80% of people on social media hustling to make a check. And they don't care how they hurting you in the process. You the fool for believing it. You got to look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Men lie. Women lie. The numbers don't lie. Can you alter the numbers? Yeah. Can you screw the numbers? Somewhat you can. However, numbers, for the most part, they don't lie. Hey, the 1% is the 1% for a reason. Because they're doing what the 99% ain't doing. They staying true to who they are, and they staying focused on the task at hand. And that's the why. Whatever the why is for the task, you got to stay focused to the why and let the universe or let God figure everything else out. When you begin to think different, shift your mind, guess what? Your mind will begin to create the plan for your why. But you got to change how you think, change what you focus on. When you do that, that's when your why begins to take shape, and that's when your dreams begin to become reality. Step by step by step. It may be in small increments, but so what? But so what? Everybody ain't hitting a home run first at bat. Everybody not batting 1,000. You got to first get on base. You got to stay focused. We got to stay focused. Listen, I find myself on YouTube, TikTok, all the social media platforms, wasting hours a day. Not all the time, not nearly as much as I used to, but I find myself looking at all these people giving all this advice like I'm doing, right? But it's one thing to lock in to what your purpose is and follow that. It's one thing to do that. But it's another thing to see this person in his success story. See that person in her success story. See this person in their success story. And it's all different success stories. That's called distraction. That's called distraction. And that's taking you away from your why. That's taking you away from your purpose. That's taking you away from becoming disciplined to achieving your dreams and goals. They on here telling their story because they achieved their dreams and goals because they had a why. They didn't dictate from their why. They stayed focused and stayed true to their why. While you just applauding them while they staying focused. Instead of finding a virtual mentor, a person who's in the same lane that you're trying to get into or that you in, who's extremely successful, and just copy them. Ain't nothing new under the sun. They got it from somebody. And the person they got it from somebody. So it ain't nothing spectacular about what we doing. It's about finding the right thing for you and lock in. And lock in. And that's it. When you find your purpose, when you find a person that resonates with you, you lock in and just follow their blueprint. Real simple. Real simple. What makes it hard is lack of discipline. Like I said earlier, man, you got to do the bull job every day that ain't glamorous, that ain't popular, ain't fun. I mean, that should be boring. But you gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep doing it till it becomes a part of your everyday life. Till it becomes second nature. And then when you begin to see the results of this, that increases your belief. Now you know you belong. A lot of times we do things just because we're nervous. We don't know if we really belong. But when you begin to see the results that you do belong, that increases your confidence. That increases your mindset, your ability to create. And guess what? Now you go from I don't know if I do belong to I know I belong. And then when you begin to change your circle, oh man. When you begin to change your circle, when you become the small fish in a big pond and begin to glean and learn from other successful people, and you realize they ain't much different than you, if at all, you know you got it licked. But we let fear stop all of that. False evidence appearing real. I'm guilty of it. But we let things that we don't know if it's true or not stagnate us and stop us and prevent us from going to the next level. That's what's keeping us down. That's why we're a part of the 99%, not a part of the 1%. And I'm going to tell you that's right here, man. Moving forward, 6-figure earners, we talk so highly about, so glowingly about, man, the next 5-10 years, that's going to be middle class. That's going to be the new middle class. Then what we're going to do? Shit, man, we got to get on. Lock into your purpose. Lock into your dream, man. Don't let nobody shake you. Don't let nothing or nobody deter you. It's a lot of great ideas out here. It's a lot of great opportunities out here. People are becoming wealthy beyond their wildest dream many different ways. And you can too. But you got to find one thing and stick to it. And kill that plan B and that plan C. Man, lock into one thing and go all out in it. I guarantee you will see success way quicker if you lean on the backup plan. Man, kill the backup plan and go all in. Find your desire. Create the purpose from your desire. Become disciplined and execute. Find your mentor, whether in person or virtual, and copy them. This shit ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. It's called a blueprint for a reason. Find the person you like who resonate with you and copy what they're doing and create the success that they have. Man, I learned this from Bob Proctor, the OG, God rest his soul. Man, he found somebody doing something he liked. He followed them. And 40, 50, 60 years later, he was one of the best in the game doing what he seen his mentor do. And I'm gonna kill it right there. Hey, man, let's lock in, man. 2026 is close. 2025 flew by. And a lot of us still waiting on the right time, waiting on the perfect moment. Ain't no goddamn right time. Ain't no goddamn perfect moment. You gotta just start. You ever heard of a recall? I'm gonna end right here. You ever heard of a recall? You get a new car, and as soon as you get that goddamn car, it's a recall on it. Guess what? The manufacturer knew that car messed up before they sold it. But they got it to the masses. Y'all paid for it. They got a lot of money off of it. And guess what? They took the money you paid for a broke car to fix the problem. Because they know the power ain't in perfection. The power is in execution. Let's follow the blueprint. Let's get to our dreams, man. This your boy Big Hawk. Till next week. Love y'all. Peace.